Hello, it's me, Max. First, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that watched and liked my recent Naoya video. It really encouraged me to make this mastery video as quickly as I can for you guys. And yes, I'm using my voice for this video because I'm not bothered typing anything. And reading is hard. This video will have multiple categories, so if you want to go to a specific part of the video where I will yap about a lot of things, then check the video's progress bar if you're already a bit familiar with Naoya. Alright, now that's out of the way, let's get into Wait, before we go to the next section of the video, I just want to quickly mention some of the niche mechanics from some of these skills I didn't showcase yet, and a few are from you guys, so thank you for commenting about this. But the first one is projection breaker. I tried this projection melee iframe thing, and you can stop it with M1s. I tried it from the front, side and back, so for M1s, you can stop projection breaker at the wind up and the kick if you time it right. But let me know if I'm testing it wrong. You can see the melee iframes working better here if you use decisive strike against projection breaker. Though if you mistimed it, then you will still get hit. This also works against cursory impact, but it just looks like you're moving back and dodging the hit. As for Megumi's dog, it's like the M1 situation where you gotta react first to win, and I'm pretty sure the dog ignores the melee iframe. This next one is similar to projection breaker, but you can actually see it better, and it's cursory impact melee iframes, but it only applies when you land the move. Since it's melee iframes only, so any projectiles will just stop the animation. Okay, this next niche mechanic I found is when I was getting some footage. I didn't notice this, but decisive strike doesn't meant to give you meter. But if you use it when the opponent is in glass form, then it will give them some meter. But if you want to land projection breaker without giving meter, then you have to do it in neutral when the opponent doesn't have any meter. Or do the cursory impact glass variant where you throw them in the air and then use decisive strike. This last one is interesting, and I didn't know until recently, and I've been using this in most of my combos without knowing, but it's bleed out. It does do triple damage on hit, so it normally does 5 damage, and with freeze frame it does 15, so it's better to just use another move. I was thinking of M1 chaining into bleed out or R special into bleed out, but they all do the same damage, so yeah, just use another move. Speaking of frame freeze, let's go to the next part of the video. You already saw how to apply frame freeze. It's either from your last M1 or projection breaker, decisive strike, and R special. After you turn them into glass, they can't evasive out of glass, so always turn them into glass as much as you can, as it does triple damage. So here are all Naoya's moveset dealing triple damage. So as you can see, projection breaker and cursory impact both does the most damage, following decisive strike and bleed out. So we can ignore M1s and R special cause they just tickle. Now to get the most damage value out of these moves, it's gonna be in the combo section I'm about to show you. But before that, I just want to quickly mention one cool trick. If there are people nearby when someone is gonna turn into glass, then everyone nearby turns into glass. Okay, for combos, I have a few that I do for a lot of damage, but some of them are not true. What I mean by not true is that even if the opponent uses evasive, they can still counter. But I'll show you the most optimal ones first. Okay, let me quickly explain some of the combos that isn't true, but why you should still do it. Leader extender, walk forward cursory impact, and 4 M1's decisive strike. Now these only work if your opponent doesn't have a counter or they have evasive, but it's a different story when they don't have both. That's when it becomes true. Except leader extender, you gotta do the other version that's true only on low ping. Now I got a 100% combo for those Naoya mains, and it starts with M1s only. That's all the combos I have for now, but there are many more out there that you can improvise. So if you have any Naoya combo suggestions, please tell me in the comments. Alright, let's get into our next section of the video.
領域展開タイムセレモニー。
Alright, I quickly got some old tips to show you guys before we move on. Top speed goes further if it goes through flash freezing frames and does more damage. Tendril grab paired with time cell moon palace is inescapable if you are caught in the radius, but you can cancel it if you're close enough. You dive no domain. If you block in domain, you can walk backwards without taking damage. Hitting a blocking person, even if it's one person, does not fill your acceleration bar. And you can cancel lock on by pressing R during the startup of top speed. Oh yeah, it kills a Hakari ult instantly if they stack their R like 20 times. Yeah, that's it. Okay, in gameplay analysis, I want to show you 3 clips of my Naoya gameplay. I will explain my thought process and why I do this combo and that combo, why I dash here and there, and the mistakes I make and how you should improve from it. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. Okay, first things first, Naoya's double dashes are crazy good, as it's fast and unpunishable. Unlike normal front dashes, if I hit his block, I would have been punished by the end lag. Here, I used Naoya's double dash to be aggressive and run into him, but I missed my M1 here, so that caused him to react to it, so he blocked. Then I used my second dash to get behind him. I want you guys to see the potential of double dashing and how it can be so good in aggressive play to catch your opponent off guard. Since I counted my M1s, I know this is gonna be my third M1. So general rule to always remember what each of your M1s looks like and sounds like, so you don't accidentally hit them away. Anyways, I always start with 3 M1s and projection breaker, so I can easily turn my opponent into glass quickly. In order to make this combo true, as soon as you do your third M1, I want you to spam 1, or when you see your third M1 animation. Mistime it and you get punished by the end lag. To show that this also works in high ping, I'm in my friend's server where I'm on 100 ping and I can still make it work thanks to spamming projection breaker as soon as I see my third M1 come out. I caught him when he wasn't ready here and did cursory impact and projection breaker combo, but I wasn't paying attention to his evasive, so he evasive late here, then he gets iframes, then I missed my move, so he punished my end lag. If he evasive earlier, then he wouldn't get iframes and get hit by my blue, even if he blocks. I can go through that by spinning my camera like crazy and hope it hits him. Also, this is why starting with decisive strike is better when you turn your opponent into glass, when they still have their evasive. So then it's easier to follow up with other moves, and it's also good to confirm damage if you're not sure about your opponent, if they have evasive or not. I didn't dash out here cause I thought I would waste my evasive if I spammed it. Plus he pre-blocked it, so I hesitated. Here he summons rabbit, so I quickly dash into a mid animation to punish that. But luckily he let go of block and I get a connection. Okay, so here's the tech everyone wants to know how to perform it, and it's simple. Well, only if you or your opponent has decent ping. First, to do it, turn your opponent into glass and go as close as you can to them. Then press R and immediately spam 2. Always remember to press R first, then 2, or else you'll miss. Now the ping part. As you can see, me and my friend's ping are located here. We're both low ping, so I can do the tech perfectly on him. I also quickly want to mention, if you have like really low ping, like 20 ping or 0 ping like the dummy, then the tech will not work on the person that's getting ragdolled, as they would get flung faster than you can pull out your knife. I also tested this on high ping. As you can see, on average, I'm on like 150 ping, and I can still perform it on my friend that's on 30 to 50 ping. Same in my servers on low ping, and he's high ping, and I can still do it. So around 100 to 150 ping, you can perform this tech, but otherwise, any higher than that, then you can't. Here, I'm really close to him, so I use one of my dash to get around him. But he predicted that, so I use my second dash to get out of there and avoid being punished. So that's another reason why double dash is so good if you make a mistake. I caught him here and tried to do 4 M1's decisive strike, but he blocked it. I quickly knew that I was gonna get punished by that, so I turned around. Luckily he was too late and I pre-blocked it. Then he also tried to pre-block and failed, so I did the 4 M1's cursory impact combo here, and it's true, if no evasive, then I got the dub. This clip was a quick one simply cause Megumi has no HP and I got lucky with some good reads. He pre-blocked here and I didn't expect that. Then I press projection breaker and turn around so I won't get punished. He sees that I'm far away from him, so he releases his block. He doesn't realize I still have my second dash, so I caught him there. I proceed to miss my decisive strike, and I think both of us couldn't see anything, so I block an M1 traded. I went aggressive here again, using my double dash to catch him. He read my dash here, but I got so lucky with the M1 catch as soon as he let go of block to spin around me. I went aggressive again here. At the same time, he calls out his bird, so I dodged it and I almost got a flawless game. This person was really good and I thought this was a good match as we had the same amount of kills and they had higher elo than me. Since this fight was a bit long, I'm just gonna comment on the key mistakes and good plays I did. I got a good dash M1 read here when they threw their gavel and got my projection breaker combo in. Another good dash here dodging their skill, turning them into glass, and then I did decisive strike first cause they do have evasive. So I can follow up with 4 M1s bleed out which they didn't expect. I missed my cursor impact point blank here, but I make it up with a quick M1 trade. I T behind them here which they didn't expect and dodged the range gavel move, then got my first stock. They didn't expect 2 things here, and it's me front dashing and a decisive strike combo, which then I follow up with my cursor impact. I literally did 50% with 2 moves. I tried to use decisive strike here, as I didn't count my dashes because I'm trying to turn them into glass after that projection breaker, before the bar goes down, but they caught me. I died here because I M1 first before I dash, so I just stood there, so they front dash and took my stock. I went really aggressive here using both of my dashes. I didn't catch them, so I used decisive strike hoping that I could catch them off guard, but I ended up missing, so I get punished. This time when I used my evasive and M1 twice, I thought I hit their block but they let go of my second M1. So I pressed decisive strike 3 times because I know they would stay there and try to block or try to M1 trade me. I got a good read here knowing that they would dash towards me, so I M1 the mid dash and got my second stock. I let go of block early here because I know Hikaruma's first skill doesn't have any end lag even if blocked, but even so I got the timing wrong. This time they realized they can block my decisive strike if I just press it once, so I got punished for that. I missed my cursor impact point blank again, but I make it up with a quick M1 trade. Basically I just did the exact same thing twice. I tried being techie here, but like watching this again, I just missed out on big damage by not using projection breaker. I thought they would panic here, so I tried doing decisive strike again, but they learned from their mistakes, so I just got punished again. I could have killed them here, but I threw them so far away that I just missed my projection breaker and lost my second stock. Since they blocked, I tried bleed out as a block breaker. Luckily I did it pretty quick, so I got a connection. I didn't expect them to use the domain to get a hit on me there. They saw me use evasive, so the instinct was to block and I was also in the air. But for me, I couldn't dash after using an evasive, so bleed out worked out there. Since they remembered that I did 4 M1s and decisive strike, then they can get a free block punish. I remember that, so I pressed it twice and they just stood there blocking as I expected. Then I just got the win. Sorry if I sound boring or like really monotone. It was cause it was late and I was reading off my script that I wrote, so I won't forget the notes that I had on those clips. But I hope you learned how I play Naoya really aggressively. It pays off most of the time. Now I got one more section to go through, and I'll go through it quick as it's just some tips I didn't get to mention yet. Okay, so bleed out has a variant. If you stab someone twice, it's called hemorrhage, and they start to bleed to half HP. But in order to not get hemorrhage stage, you have to use any skill 3 times, and every time you do a move, you slightly take damage. You have to do this 3 times, otherwise the next stab will just turn it into hemorrhage. If you go into the hemorrhage state, then it's the same thing. Just use any skill 3 times and you won't take as much damage as you would normally. Naoya has a lot of moves with crazy end lag. If you don't know what end lag is, it's basically how long you're stunned for if you miss a skill or if you hit a block. All of his skills have long end lag time, so if you miss then you get punished big time. On the bright side, bleed out is the only one that has the least end lag because of the short animation. Naoya's teleport is crazy good for closing gaps and confusing your opponents. The only bad thing is that there is a bit of end lag after every TP, and you have to press TP twice in a row to teleport twice, otherwise it'll go on cooldown. Someone told me to do this combo where projection breakup connects with your cursory impact, but it's really inconsistent. The only thing that's useful is jumping with cursory impact to go further. If your opponents suspect you to use cursory impact so they can counter after 4 M1s, then you can just stand there and press 4 and you won't move. You finish your animation first so you can punish them. This project took me ages to finish and it's not perfect, but I just hope you guys learned something from me. I dedicated almost 2 weeks to make this to my best of my ability. One reason it took me this long is because I'm new to voiceovers and I barely use my voice for videos ever. So it took me a bit of tampering here and there, but I hope it wasn't too bad. Another reason is me trying to be organized, which I'm not. I have a bunch of recorded videos that I didn't label, so yeah, more time wasted there, and planning was kind of a mess. It's a script that I wrote, so it helps me with saying stuff, but I struggle to speak because this is my first time doing this. Or maybe it's because of my background while writing this. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please, it would make me really happy if you subscribe and like this video, as I put hours and hours of dedication into this. Thank you so much everyone again for the recent support on the last video to make this one possible.